Man, I've been talking to JR. You know what I'm saying? You know, he had to go away, had to do a bid, you know what I'm saying? He had to go away for several years, man, on some fluke shit, you know, but we've been chopping it up just on the phone. And where do I start? Where do I end? Not even a start and an end, just to begin. Like, pray to God, you know, he about to get out in the next few months, but you know, he been doing music probably since he was born, you know. But he locked up last week, you know what I mean? He called, we was chopping it up, man. He got his music on the radio. You know what I'm saying? It's a station down in Asheville. He out there in North Carolina. He like, we just got off the phone just now. He like, man, how many people you know doing music that ain't even got their stuff on the radio? And he like, man, if I can do it here, imagine what's gonna happen when I get out. And I'm just, you know, just listening to him, man, because me and JR, we was down at Central, man, we was like two peas in a pod, you know. And he came when we was staying with Mom over on Fraser. He had came over a couple times. Hold on. But just hearing the inspiration, like he taking classes while he up in there, you know what I'm saying, taking advantage of his time. And I remember, you know, Chris Hammond, we had been chopping it up and kicking it. You know what I'm saying? You know, he had to do a little bit and, you know, get away. And even how we vibing, like I was talking to Chris and he was just like, man, you know, being in there and seeing people on the outside who not taking advantages, take advantage of opportunities and such. And what's going on? It's like somebody being from outside of America and coming to America and taking advantage when the people right here in the nation, you know what I'm saying, is letting all of these opportunities pass by them and such. And just and I'm just inspired, man. It's really inspired, man, because I take this, you know, advantage of this philosophy of don't rush, don't wait, and really being in the moment. And I know that there are many other opportunities that I can take advantage of, yet still not taking for granted what's in my hand, what's at my disposal, the mind that I have to use, my arms and legs. When my leg was out of commission, my Achilles, they got, you know what I'm saying, ruptured and all that, and I couldn't walk, bro. That was like, you know, I had to depend on other people. I couldn't walk. I'm crawling and hopping to my car, you know what I'm saying, and just different things. And I'm like, yo, when I'm able to walk again, I'm gonna do whatever. So I ain't got no problem riding on a bike and going with however many miles. When we was over on the west side, you know what I'm saying, and I'm riding, I put 70 miles on a bike in a week, you know. And got to come back to those times, those refreshing times of inspiration, man, where it's like, it might seem like you can be ungrateful for so much because maybe this ain't happened, maybe that ain't happened, man. But don't rush, don't wait. Don't think that there's nothing that you cannot do, you know. And
just really taking advantage of this life, man. You know, people go say this, people go say that. Even, you know what I'm saying, you and Matt, y'all be linking up, you know what I'm saying, sharing knowledge and saying that some people will be like, oh, well, you got to do this, you got to do that. And I don't know exactly the type of knowledge, you know what I'm saying, that y'all be learning and studying. I know that there's many planes and channels and levels where, you know what I'm saying, we parallel and be on that same tip. But it's not even about doing things just because it's different. It's doing things that's authentic, that will in many cases be different from what other people are doing. You know, we're taking advantage, man. We got 24 hours in a day, such as everyone else, man. The fair thing about life, what's fair about life, is that we live, that we are birthed, and that one day we will die. That's fair. Death, kicking a bucket, however you want to call it, that's fair about this, you know what I'm saying? And death in this term Death is not the opposite of life. It's the opposite of birth. I don't know what's going to happen after this thing, but I tell you what, man, I believe it's going to be so different than many of people think. We had had that conversation before, like what if heaven and hell, is, we before time is eternal, after this time is eternal, but we have this time, we have now. What if heaven is realizing and reminiscing on the opportunities that we had and going forward. I talked to that girl. I actually took, I approached that gentleman for an opportunity. I said this, I did that, I took advantage. I made the shoe, I sold the shoe. I got knocked down, I got back up again, and you reminiscing, you get to smile at your actions, you get to smile at your mindset, you get to smile at yourself in this life that we live. Paul was like, when he was on his deathbed, I fought the fight. I fought the good fight of faith. I did my thizzle. And I'm good. I can lay. I can rest. I fought to the best of my ability, and I know I put it down. But what if hell is reminiscing on them opportunities and the actions in the life that you didn't even live? You trying to be a copycat, trying to be like somebody else, just trying to follow the flock, just trying to do that, and now your hell is you can't do nothing about it, but you keep looking at your life play over and over again, how you didn't do this, how you missed that. I heard this quote in this movie I was watching earlier. I ain't even watch it. What was it? If I Stay. You say, some choices we make, some choices make us. Ain't no stopping, man. Ain't no stopping to this thing, dude. I'm refreshed and reinvigorated, revitalized, man. Because I'm alive, I'm out, I'm free. Man, you talk about freedom. I've had conversations, man. People talking about freedom, and I'm asking, okay, what is freedom? What is freedom? There's so many different levels, because we can be out here. You can say, okay, JR, he locked up, but he might still have so much more freedom than people that's not restricted by bars, and they can leave out their house and they can do this, but they sitting down. They might not have a car, they might not have a job, but they got their legs and they got their arms, but they not taking advantage of it. They'll put themselves in this jail, mentally enslaved. Waking up, I don't look to proselytize people and convert. I don't have a religion. If you were to say that, it's love. I remember when I was in college even talking about it in the flow, like my religion is the flow. Like, it's so funny how I was saying the flow, F-L-O-W, and even looking at now the lurve, being in that bliss. Whatever it is, man, whatever it is that you feel you need to do something today, a brick a day, lay it today, do something. Because tomorrow ain't promised, man. When I was working at Samsung, and I'm going because ain't no stopping on this recorder, so I'm going to go till I'm done. I was working at Samsung, and I remember being on the phone with a customer, and they had this issue, and I'm like, what is this? And I'm researching, and I said, let me put you on hold. And as I'm walking over to Mario's one of the crew supervisors, I'm walking over to Mario's desk to ask him, what was the solution, and I remember halfway, but I just kept on going, I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I'm talking to Mario, and I'm just like, what's next for you? You may have heard this story before, but I'm just like, what's next, for you, Mario? And he looked right on his computer, and he pulled it up, turned the screen short, and he was like, man, teaching these classes, or starting this little business, IT business for the military, da-da-da-da-da. And that was my Friday. So on Saturday, I was off work, and I get a call like Mario was in an accident. He driving a motorcycle. They're like, man, he done got wrapped around a pole. Folks saying, he was doing this dirt, he was running for some people, he was doing this, or he just got in, somebody was chasing him. He's a good dude, so I'm going to believe the optimistic, But then on Sunday, and I didn't hear nothing. I get back on Monday, and they done said that Mario died. Man, this nigga was dead. He can't finish his dreams. He started them, and they was in motion. One could say that he failed. But how many people living in failure? The journey is the destination. Is it about finishing the work? Because we don't never finish it, and we won't ever get it done, and we don't get it right because we don't get it done. But to be doing the work of your life, to be doing that plan, to have something that you are doing, that you deliberately set out to do, such as life, man. If you're not doing deliberately what you authentically intended to do, fuck it, kill yourself. Watching over my words, man. My words are the ingredients of my life. So I say, I am prosperous. Therefore, prosperous I am, man. That's why I speak kind words to people. That's why I respect people. Now, if somebody coming at me, I understand it's not because I came at you in some off way, because my internal, just habitual spiritual action and activity is to give love and to show love. Blessed are the makers and maintainers of peace, for they shall inherit the earth. The kingdom of God is within you. Our imagination is God, this universal mind. I'll drop it off with this poem, man. The Master Key Systems. Hanel, Hanalel, Hanel, Charles Hanel. He got this poem, I will always remember. He say, God created me with the same substance as he, of the same quality, the only difference is degree. As a drop of water to the sea, that's the way he made me. That's how he created you, and that's the way he made we. I think I had kind of paraphrased that when I remember it, but I always remember it, man. It was a post that I put up on Facebook the other day. I ain't been posting a whole lot. If you read it, it says, I am is having a Keenan experience. This is God.